Welcome to Deity Connection. Yes, Mary.
Um, I've been having a problem. I did last time too. I'm only getting my receipts when I
Okay,
purchase
that's a
or
website
register.
issue. Please write me an email. That has nothing to do with this chat.
All right. Okay.
Thank you. So tonight is Deity Connection. We are going to go over a varied amount of information, concepts, identities, pantheons, you name it, it's going to hit the wall tonight. The reason this class came about is because the number one question I get is, how do I know what deity to work with? How do I know when I'm ready for a deity? How will I know a deity is calling for me? Well, my sweet dear child, this is what I do. I open my ears, I open my gut, and I listen. And listening is the number one way to find out where you're going, what you're doing, and how you're getting there. Now, for a lot of new people, you're sitting back, you new brums, you're sitting back 5 feet going, Sissy, I don't know what that means. I don't know what any of this means. I don't get it. I don't understand. Okay. First thing I want you to do is take a deep breath, because no one gets out of this knowing everything every minute of every day. Ashley, I'm going to turn host over to you. Okay, so when you're coming into this and you're doing alignments, if you were with us through fucking Feral, you understand what alignment means. You understand what elemental magic means. You understand where we're going. If you weren't with us, quick recap. You're a fucking goddess. You're made from the elements. You got to get it all. You got to hold it all, and you got to be it all. If you are not the earth, the fire, the air, the water, and you're going to have a hard time making a connection with something bigger than you. For stay. Pennsylvania Dutch, for do you understand? So when you're coming into this and you're moving forward, the first thing you need to do is get your ass aligned. Why are you here and what are you doing? Okay. Before we can even broach anything in here, you need to get for why are you here and why are you doing this? Okay. Yes, you may be a little white girl with Polish descent and everything you've ever learned from a church, and all of a sudden, an Egyptian deity has caught your eye. Or you may be a beautiful Black woman who has been raised in Southern Baptist religion, and all of a sudden, a Norse deity has caught your eye. Your ethnicity, your ancestry is not limited to this lifetime. Suck it up, hate me if you must, tell me to fuck off, leave the chat. That's your decision. I don't care. You are more than the meat suit you're sitting in. Do you understand? Your energy, your essence has come from one body to another, to another, to another. And at some point, you're going to be called, resonated with, to go back to where you had been before. So, just because you're this little girl from this little town and this is what you did all your life does not mean you were not a much bigger, badder badass in a previous life. Or you were not a male who ran an entire clan, who drove them to the edges and everybody died on your accord. Suck that up, okay? Your identity could have changed. Your role in life could have changed. Your sex in life could have changed. Your financial situation, I assure you, has changed lifetime to lifetime. But there's just some people you meet them and you're like, that bitch was never made to be poor. She does not understand that. That is not in her DNA. It's not in her stars. It's not in the magic that fills her to understand that existence. And I think sometimes when we come back in a life, we're put in a meat suit, we are called to open ourselves, go a little deeper, and seek things that matter, not things that matter to other people. If the Lunar Hearth Cauldron died tomorrow, if Facebook exploded, you didn't have everything on the internet to do what you wanted to do, would you still be fucking magic? Would you still be magic? Yes, you fucking would. Yes. This has nothing to do with what is inside of you. And the first step to aligning with a deity is understanding, I don't need it. I don't need the candle. I don't need the grain. I don't need the flowers. I don't need any of the things. Any of the things. This is a soul relationship. You want a deity relationship? You need to get dirty. You need to get in the earth. You need to get in the water. You need to breathe in the air. You need to look forward and find your entity, your identity, your magical blueprint. Your magical blueprint is more than the things you say you are. I'm a mother and I'm an eclectic witch and I like to collect crystals. That's great. But what gets you going? What makes your pussy throb? What makes your pussy throb? Do you know what makes your pussy throb? Well, you better if you're magical. Because your yoni energy has a lot to do with your ability to connect to a higher power. If you are not burning inside, you are not grabbing the relationships you're looking for. So the first thing I'm going to tell you is if you want a deity, get your shit right. Get you right. Go back through those MVP things that you guys have gotten, ladies. Coochie meow meow, choochie wow wow, fucking feral, all this alignment shit, your chakras, your cauldrons, your hootie ha, whatever the fuck you need to do and get you right. You know, when you leave the house every day, you put the clothes on, you put the necklace on, you put the earrings on. I did this on purpose tonight. How often do you guys see me like this? You don't see me like this. This is not how I dress. This is not who I am. I'm showing you that I can present magic, but you really want to see me magic? It's dirt, face down by the cauldron, pouring down rain, screaming a goddess's name. That's fucking magic. You will find the deepest magic when you connect to your deepest parts of your soul. So many of you come into the craft and go, I need to know all the basics. I need to know everything. And I need to know the candles and I need to know the dates and I need to know the Sabbats and I need to know the tides and I need to know this and the moon phases. All you need to know is you are now a creature of the moon. You live your life by the cycles and the elements own your ass. That's what you need to know. Once you accept that you are part of this and this is not an option, you are part of the flow, you will get to the deity connections you're looking for. So you start this. As you can see, this is going to be my first blog post on the deity thing. So you'll see the blog references in the PDF. Okay. You're reading through it. You're like, I'm seeing blog. I'm seeing a blog. Yes, you are seeing blog. The blog will launch next month. Okay. This is the first part of the blog. So when you're coming in, you see this, why choose a deity, choosing a connection, what do they stand for? Okay, all these are valid questions. What do you want? What do you need? Why do you need a deity? Why are you choosing to seek a deity? These are the questions you need to be asking yourself. Why is this something you feel you need? Why is this something you want? Why now deity alignment? Why now? Is it because everybody else is doing it? Because I heard everybody else is doing a lot of other stupid things, and I'm not doing them anymore. I heard everybody else is over on Facebook running their businesses. I ain't doing that no more. I heard that other people are over starting shit and minding other people's business. I ain't doing that no more. I'm not doing things that suck the life from me. And if seeking magic that is not for you sucks the life out of you, stop fucking doing it. Stop seeking perfection in places that perfection is not needed. Stop seeking an audience when your solitary attendance is all that's asked. When you go to a deity, she doesn't care who you're fucking bringing with you. She doesn't want to meet your friends. Your altar is your friends. Hey, come over to my house and look at this place I built for you. I'm so excited. I even have a statue. Did you ever think that maybe if you just put a bowl of water out, a bowl of dirt, some incense, and a candle, She's gonna be like, this bitch knows what we're doing. She will bring the things to you, or he will bring the things to you that are needed. You will not search for them. When a true deity is seeking you, it will come to you with ease. You'll be easing on down the road. You'll be walking along and be like, when I started working with Hecate, I eased down the road. There was an owl every morning when I went outside my door, hooting and hollering and carrying on. Never heard owls before that. Were there not owls before that? Probably not. I wasn't listening for them. There is so many things going on around you that you're not listening for. You don't even care because it's not relevant to you. It's noise. When a deity opens you, it's like opening a beautiful package on Yule. They're just opening those ribbons, opening you up, unrolling your tissue paper and going, here, little girl, come here, come here. These are the things you need. These are all the things you need. And you know, the best analogy is the TikTok vibe where the person goes with them this, and they're like, look here, I got all the things you need right here. And that's how a deity will come to you when it's your connection. If it's a male deity, it'll be very seductive. They'll be like, hey, come over here. I got this for you. Would you like to have it? Do you think Hades went up to Persephone and was like, hey, bitch, want a pomegranate? That's not how it went. That's not how any of that went. People aren't going to come up to you and be like, hey, bitch, you want some of this? No. It's going to be seductive and loving and coercive because they want you to come in closer. They want you to build a thing. They want you to build this relationship with them. A good deity connection is a healthy relationship. Oh, fuck. Who is all screwed now? Because I know some of you have never had a healthy relationship in their whole life. Healthy relationships are not something you're really used to. So let me tell you how a healthy relationship works. When you give, they give. When you take, they take. It is 100% your way and 100% their way. Fuck that 50-50 shit. If you are not all in a magical deity connection, get the fuck out. Because if you think you're going to roll up on any goddess or god and take and not give, you're going to stop hearing. You're going to stop seeing. You're going to stop feeling. You're going to get way past that. And this is the relationship part. This is not about sex. Relationships are about intimacy. People confuse sex with intimacy. Intimacy is into me, you see, and into you, I see. You can lay completely naked emotionally with your best friend and have one of the best relationships you'll ever have in your life. Nothing sexual between you. That's why two women can love each other more than they love their husbands, because the truth and honesty and confidence they share with one another is more than they'll ever experience with their spouse, because their spouse has this wall with them that they can't let them in. You cannot have a wall with your deity. You cannot have unclearly stated boundaries with your deity. Yes, there are times you have to have boundaries with a deity. I would like to sleep, please. Can you let me sleep? Because a deity will keep you up all night when they need you to do something. Hello? Hello? I need you to get up and do this. This needs done. And it's your subconscious. Your subconscious knows these things need done to move forward. Your deity will trigger things inside of you intellectually. They will trigger things inside of you health-wise. They will trigger things inside of you emotion-wise, because this is an outside energy. You can't think of deities as human beings walking around. That's not what they are. They're living, breathing energies. And the more people that feed their belief, the larger the energy becomes. Why do you think Hecate witches gather round? They gather around each other and build horde covens. And then you see Lilith witches who gather around and they gather around and form mean bitch coven. And then you go and you see Norse people gather and they groom each other together and they create a community because they're building this energy of their ancestors and power to use and move them forward. Deities are ideas and energies. If you are somebody who's walking around going, yeah, I was sitting here and Lilith was sitting right beside me and she was like, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to have a little conversation with you. If you tell me it was a dream, I'm going to buy it. I'm going to feel it. But if you are seeing visual manifestations, I want to know what fucking shrooms you're on. Okay? Because seeing and feeling your spirit guides are different than visually. Like if I was seeing Hecate, like I'm seeing Mary standing right beside me in the Zoom, like visually, bitch, I'm in big trouble. Shit has hit the fan. I have been ignoring her and she has used all she has to manifest. Everything she has, every energy that's pouring towards her, she has used to manifest to me. And I am in deep shit. When a deity or an entity arise to you, note must be made. Most of your deity work will be done in the liminal. Most of your deity work will be done in the dawn and the twilight and the late evening hours through journaling. You want a good deity connection? Guess what, bitches? Get a journal. Because you're not going to get it without journaling. You're not going to get it without prayers. You're not going to get it without working on yourself. And you're certainly not going to get it about not knowing jack shit about them. So what's the first way to build a relationship with a deity? Why research, my dumb bitch? Research. Because dumb bitches don't have deity arrangements. It doesn't happen. You have got to know about these people you're working with. It's not a choice. It's not an option. Did you come into my classes and stay for 6 months without learning jack shit about me? Nah, you want to know a little bit about that cussing freak that runs the class. You want to know a little bit about her. I was a little weird. You want to check before you're in her energy, correct? You should want to check on someone's energy. You should want to check on where they're coming from. Should want to see their practice. These are things you should want to see. And just like a person who tells you, I work with this deity all the time. This is what I do. I'm a head priestess for her. Hold up. Wait a minute. I'm sorry. Did Hecate hand you that priestess hat? Because I don't think she did. Last time I checked, Hecate's not working at 7-Eleven handing out priestess records like a fucking slushy machine. It is awesome if you've done the work, the research, and you're a Hecate priestess coming out of an organization. Bravo to you. You've done your work. You can wear that certificate of honor any way you choose. I myself am a shit creek survivor. And the deities I clung to were from my fucking survival. Because when I thought I was losing my mind, they held me up. It's okay, little one. You're a fucking mess, but we're going to get through this. How many of you are a fucking mess and you're looking for someone to save you? Get in line for a life jacket, ladies, because that's what I'm going to throw you. We're going out in the deep end and you got to learn to fucking swim yourself. And this ain't the Titanic. The water ain't freezing. You'll be fine. Just doggy paddle. It's okay if you have to pee in the water. You'll stay warm. It's okay. I'm here with you. I ain't going to leave if you pee in the water. I'm all right. You have to give yourself some fucking grace. Read the books. Do the work. Watch the History Channel documentaries. Watch the shit that you see that calls to you about deities and learn. You're coming in to an internet age of the craft that many women didn't have. Many witches didn't have. Many pagans didn't have. If you came in at Wicca, I'm sorry for you. My heart hurts for you. We'll do the upside down cross. I'm sorry for you. And that's the way it is. Because you once again were brought into another religion. This isn't a religion. The only reason some of us refer to this as our religion when we get so deep into the dark goddess is because we honestly feel like we have the relationship we were once taught we could have with Jesus. We honestly feel like we have that holding, that support, that loving nature. If Jesus was a gay man, that's how I feel about the dark goddess. If Jesus would have held me, supported me, took me shopping, and loved me, and told me how pretty I was, and cheered me on when I thought I was fat, that's the Jesus I was looking for. You guys know him because that's where he is. I might go back to church. That right there would bring me back to church. But that is not what you find in organized religion. So when you're looking for a deity, you need to look for deities and seek deities that have characteristics, strengths, and pursuits you wish to embody in your life. They are not going to do it for you. Are we all clear? They're not going to do it for you. So if you're going in and lighting candles like the Catholic Church and saying your Hail Marys and asking that Hecate take the adversaries out of your path, it's not going to happen. If you're asking Aphrodite to find a man to love you, it's not going to happen. Aphrodite, please show me the beauty in myself. Please hold the mirror so I can see it. Please direct my eyes to the sights that make me become more aware of my worth. Those are the moments you're going to have with deities. And that is how you connect to them. So that whole list I gave you, I know some of you are like sitting there with this PDF going, oh, this is like some of the best shit I've ever seen. Oh my God. This PDF probably made some of your pussies throb. I'm just going to say it. Probably did. This is a good one. Mandy's over there looking at me. She's like, bitch, this was a Virgo dream. This is a Virgo dream. I got this PDF and I was like, oh, sissy, thank you for my birthday present. Hey, I don't even know your mommy. You're gonna call me daddy. This is a good one. Okay. So listen, this is the shit that we're moving into. Y'all need a sugar witch? I got your deity information. You come on over. I got it for you. Yes, I do. I also have some great places for you to get it. Okay. Otherworldly Oracle, if you are looking for good deity information, boom, slam. Those bitches got it. That place is fire. Their write-ups are excellent. They do supporting tarot and oracle work to go with their stuff. Tarot pugs. Yes, pugs like the puppies. TAROTPUGS. These bitches got spreads for days. Their shit is fire. Look them up. They're worth your time. There is a little lady on the Etsy. Look at this shit. I know this right here. This shit make your pussy throb. These are Egyptian, Roman, Greek, Celtic. Her PDFs are fire. I am going to share her link with you guys when I send out the replay because this lives in my front of my notebook all the time. So the beautiful thing is, let's get into deities. Okay, let's talk about deities. How do deities come about? Well, mommies and daddies have their children sitting in their beds and they need to tell them stories. And their mommies and daddies told them stories, and their mommies and daddies told them stories. And these are word of mouth lies, people. You are looking like they say so commonly, she sits on a throne of lies. Yes, we all do. In the pagan religion, we are sitting on a throne of lies. Why are they lies? Because there's very little, please mute yourself. Thank you. There is very little actual written support for these things. Do you understand? These are word of mouth told items. Norse, Celtic, Welsh, Irish. Let's talk about Egyptian. Who the fuck knows if all those hieroglyphic pictures on the walls, if any of this is being depicted correctly? But here's what you need to understand. These stories resonate because they go from culture to culture to culture to culture. The entity of life and death is eternal. The entity of a girl who runs beauty and a girl who runs the hunt and a man who handles the underworld. These are all very commonplace subjects in every civilization. So, does it matter who you worship? I would find what you're personally struggling with and find a deity that supports that healing. That is the best way to make a deity connection. Start where your open wound is. And if you start at that open wound, it will lead to you connecting with so many more deities. Many of us that have been with a dark goddess, we have like had a personal relationship, an intimate relationship with her. We were fucking hemorrhaging. Hemorrhaging. Everything in our life was bleeding. We were dying. The world was on fire. The bike was on fire. Everything was on fire. And we just needed someone to piss on us. And no one would even piss on us. Okay? So when you go from this civilization where you're recuperating from an organized religion, you're taking back your life and assuming your autonomy, where you are responsible for you. This is your shit show and no one else is running it. You go to someone who can support you. Okay? And that's the deity connection ease. You want the easy button? There's the easy button. What are you having problems with? What is the key item in your life that is not working? For me right now, the key item in my life that is not working is my kid leaving. This is not fucking working for me. I am not adjusting well. I am having a hard time with it. So what do? I sit down on my floor and I cry. That's the first step. You got to cry. Okay. Sissy is broken. All the pieces are broke. I'm on fire. The world is on fire and I'm broken. No one's going to piss on me. So I'm going to start to cry. Put myself out. Okay. I'm going to solve this. I'm going to do the release that I need. Then I'm going to say, how do I get myself together again? I go to a mother-like role model who suffers like this and understands how to endure it. I don't want to skip this cycle of my life. I want to survive it. Dare I say, I want to live through it with grace. Now, what do people do when you're broken like this? Why? They take fucking advantage of it. They fuck you over. They do nasty shit to you behind your back. They do nasty shit to your face. That's what people do when you're broken. Your deity is the person you go to and you say, listen, I'm not okay right now. And these people are not respecting me. That's where protection and warding of yourself comes in. When you go into a deity relationship, you need to block all this out. You need to block all of it out. You need to be like, no. Be the mime in the box. I'm in here with Demeter. We're having a fucking tea party. Leave me alone. Leave me the fuck alone. I need my tea time. I need my mentoring with my deity and my lessons to learn how to live through this. How are you going to do it? You're going to quiet yourself. You're going to have that mugwort tea. You're going to have that liminal space. You're going to have that weed. You're going to have that gummy. You're going to have that bath. You're going to have that orgasm. Whatever reduces you down to baseline humble, you're going to go in and you're going to experience it and you're going to hold it. But at the same time, you're going to find that you give yourself a timeline. Okay, I'm going to grieve for this long. And it's okay to grieve for this long. I'm okay with it. I don't care who else is okay with it. This is for me and my deity connection. So yes, being that I'm the Martha Stewart whore that I am, I'll set an altar for her because I know what Demeter likes. She likes leaves and she likes trees and she likes apples and she likes all these beautiful things of fall. So not only do I get to feed my soul, but I get to create something beautiful in the process. You will know you've made a deity connection when you're pulled to create something beautiful. When you are pulled to create something beautiful, I'm not talking about, not everybody's crafty. Not everybody's, I'm crafty. Not everybody's that crafty, girl. They're just not. Okay? But a nice drawing in your journal, some new PDF forms that you create for yourself for journal paper, a nice thank you note to someone else who's reached out to you in the time frame so you can pass that gratuity off you're feeling in your soul. Some of the most beautiful things you can do while you're hurting is do something for someone else. Because the less internal focus you're having on that pain, you're healing. Because sometimes just getting your mind off it for that slick moment is moving into that. While you're doing your journaling, read a little bit about this deity's story. Learn how their story may be shadowing yours at the current moment. Make a goddess page in your book of shadows or your journal. Celebrate them. Put a beautiful drawing up. Write a thank you note to them. But I do recommend when you find a goddess you want to work with, you write her a handwritten an invitation or male deity. You invite them in. You owe it to them. They are a very busy energy. And if you would like to have their presence in your work, you need to have an invocation. I don't care if it's a candle and a note. You have to invite them to the party. I would never go to the crossroads for Hecate without an invocation, a pomegranate, and a handful of dog treats. Because that's not how we roll. And I always smell like garlic and olive oil when I go meet her. My husband goes, Olive Garden, guess you're going to meet Hecate. My husband can smell the oil on me because I anoint myself to go to her. I stand in the crossroads, I do my work. I never turn my back on Hecate. It's an insult. Learn who you're calling before you fuck with people. That's what I'm telling you. So this is the gatekeeping part of the lecture. Welcome to the hallway of doors. This is what I'm going to tell you. Be careful who you're inviting into your practice. Some of you look like really good appetizers for some really mean deities. Because not every deity you think you're working with has your best interest at heart. Loki's a tricky motherfucker. Odin has his own agenda. Lilith, she just wants your rage. Kali, she wants to fucking burn it all down. Hell, she just wants you to feel your pain. She wants you to walk with her. She wants you to freeze with her. She wants you to see all that death has to offer and have you know there's nothing to fear. Live it and move into it. These deities are not playing games. Their energies are serious. When you are working with them, their energies are serious. They can occupy your life. They can change your trajectory. They can alter your path in more ways than one. So remember that. Be very clear in the time frame you want to spend with them and be very clear in the objections that you have for certain things that they handle. Okay? So I hear so many people go, oh, I work with Hades and I have an altar in my house. Whoa, bro, I wouldn't do that. It is highly unrecommended to bring Hades into your home, but lots of people do. You like some chaos magic? That's a good way to bring it to your house. I don't work with entities that like sacrifice. I'm going to be very honest with you. And there are a lot of entities that want sacrifice. Remember, sacrifice is not really sacrifice. It's more of a trade. Things don't necessarily need to die. You just need to give them to them. And they want them. I've seen people go, oh, Aphrodite, if you'll bring me a husband, you can have whatever you want in my life. They have cancer and die 6 months later. Loved by the man of their dreams, but they're dead. Magic comes at a price. Deity alignment comes at a price. You need to understand what you offer. You need to understand where you're going. Pretty clear? I'll take questions now. We've come to like half hour into this. Let's take questions. You're all sitting there going, I don't know what the hell Sissy ate today, but she's crazy. No questions? Okay. Jen.
You triggered me on what you just said. When you say sacrifices, are we talking like, are we talking the hair, the fingernails, the blood? Is that what you mean by that? Because that's
Well, for some
just,
people, sacrifices are actual blood sacrifices. There are a lot of deities that require blood sacrifice. Little do people know that when you go to Hades, you should have a blood sacrifice. The ferryman doesn't just let you into Hades.
right.
You got to be something special to walk across the river.
And you
And
got to have the coin. Yeah.
And very few people can walk across the river. Some people are the coin, Jen.
All
And some people are not. And the problem is people have this false entitlement of what they can gain from a deity by just speaking a couple words. And dare we say it's Hollywood witchcraft. It shows people that that's what they can get.
Exactly.
But our craft isn't a movie. It's real. And we live it. This isn't smoke and mirrors for us. This is a fucking reality. And if you're only a witch when the moon is full and new, you're not a witch.
Yeah. Leave the building.
Well, it's just the way it is. You're not a witch. You're not a practicing witch. You are a dabbling witch. What we are can't be put on the back burner.
No.
It's not possible. Once you dive in, you're all the way in the witchy pool. Your toes are up there on the top, and people are looking at you going, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" And you're like, "Nothing is wrong with me. I'm finally okay." And everybody else is like, "I don't know about that." You're like, "Feel better than ever. Thanks for asking." So,
seriously. Thank you.
You're welcome, Marty.
Yeah, so you said, I mean, I've been with Hecate. I feel pretty good about it, but I've been kind of like stagnant lately. And I know it's come up in the past that maybe chaos magic is my thing, because, I can't get my shit together, but sometimes when I'm all over the place, I feel the best. Like, I feel like I'm accomplishing something. And I don't know if, like, I want to change that to a certain extent, but I don't know if I really want to. So you mentioned, hey, I haven't gone through this whole PDF yet, but you mentioned Hades about if you want chaos magic, but then he kind of scares me. So, I mean, is there any particular deity that I should look into that might be if that maybe is my thing that would help? I'm kind of shying away from Hades because I don't want to invite death into my home. But
Okay, so here's my thing. What is your goal? You have to have a clear goal.
Yeah, I have a lot of goals.
You have to have a clear goal to diagnose a deity. Okay. You can't have 15 different goals. You have to have one goal you're working on and move towards that deity with that one goal.
Okay.
So when I look for a deity connection that isn't one I currently have, it's because I have a need, not because I have a want. I never go to a deity with a want. I go to a deity with a need.
Yeah.
I can manifest my own magic. I need a deity to support me in character traits, movements in my life, and goals for my magic.
Yeah.
So you have to figure out what you're seeking. Hades is for people who are looking to work deeper on their divination. On
That's
their
one thing I
rebirth.
have been like getting, looking at a couple of things that I feel called to, but chaos magic just keeps being meant, like it just keeps coming up, just like because I haven't done the whole niche workshop. I started my new job and I have everything. I have all PDFs printed up, but I haven't done it. So I'm like, maybe I need to do that first and see, because I've been thinking like, what is my niche?
Well, you have to find what your niche is. And when you find your niche, and your niche can be just right now, finding where I belong and finding what calls to me. That's fine. It doesn't have to be all at once. You're in the burr months.
Yeah.
Give yourself some
Yeah.
some deep breathing, some alignment will move you into where you want to be. I'm going to say that Hades is definitely somebody who is of an oracle origination. So if you're somebody who is called to helping others, teaching others, working with others, pushing others, that definitely would be a beautiful place to start. If chaos is really your integral point, weather magic, those kind of things. I know you're not going to like what I have to say. Crawley is a great place to start.
Crowley? Okay.
And Crawley's dangerous. If you don't have proper boundaries on yourself and you're not taking care of yourself, Crawley is dangerous. But Crawley is the king of chaos magic. Asshole of a person, fantastical magical worker.
Okay.
Would I follow Crawley? Never in 1,000 fucking years. But did Crawley know what he was writing?
Yeah.
Yes. But be careful when you go into chaos magic. Here's my disclaimer. It will suck your soul. And you will make things happen in your life that you never intended to happen. So be careful.
Okay.
One witch to another. Watch your back, bitch. Watch your back. Okay.
We'll do that.
Tamara?
How do you respectfully decline if you think that someone's reaching out and a goddess is reaching out to you and you're not comfortable, maybe even intimidated? Because sometimes ignoring them just doesn't work. Is there, and I don't want to trip myself up and be like, here's a little something, now leave me alone. That's just for me to appreciate you. How do you respectfully decline?
So when Ariana kept slamming my door,
I'm losing.
I said, when Ariana kept slamming my door, my response was, no, thank you. I'm okay right now. Maybe you could come back later.
Okay.
She didn't leave.
Okay.
So I wouldn't give the offering till you're ready to accept.
Okay.
Make sense?
Okay. Yes. I just don't want,
Okay. Misha,
not comfortable working with them.
if you're not comfortable working with them, just close the door and say, I'm not open to you. Thank you. I
Okay.
change my mind with people from time to time. Like there's people I wouldn't work with at one time. And then the next time they write me, I'm like Loki. Loki's always around because of Angrboda. And I don't like Loki, but sometimes Loki's good. When I have a lot to do, when I have a lot of energy going in different ways, that helps me. So that may be something you consider. Misha?
Okay, so lately I've been like sensing like things around me, like shadows and stuff. Is there a god or goddess or deity that you would recommend to maybe seek some guidance from? Because they're like everywhere.
Okay, shadow people have nothing to do with deities.
Okay, that's what I thought, but I was
You're
just like,
you're open into a liminal space where you see those kind of things. You most likely have a gift of being able to see them. If I were you, I'd close yourself down till you're ready to deal with it.
okay, cool.
When
Okay.
you're ready to deal with it, open yourself back up. But right now, I wouldn't open yourself up. A deity is not going to help you with shadow people. There's no real
Okay.
Dr. Facilier. I'm sorry.
Okay.
It's not real.
Okay.
That entity is like a made up a thing. I don't think if you want to work with the dead, you got to go to the dead.
Right.
And you may not be ready to go to the dead yet.
Right.
Because once you open that door, all the dead coming. Not
Right.
just a couple, all the dead coming.
Right.
And
Okay.
you're also at a veil. It is not unheard of right now with us approaching Samhain that you're seeing shadow people, you're seeing things moving. You're opening up your gifts. And when you open up your gifts, you get this peripheral vision of entities and spirits and energies. So
Yes.
don't think it's a bad thing. You're just becoming more aware. You've stepped more into your craft. You're working more to hone yourself. You're going to see stuff.
Okay.
You know, we shut a lot of things down when we're children. And when we get older and we accept our path, we come back open like children again. Kids aren't afraid of this stuff. But we are, because we're conditioned to believe it's bad. Sometimes there's just energies that are trapped. They pass so quickly, they don't know they're dead, and they don't cross. And they don't mean you harm, they're just stuck. And when you see them, it's a lot like, I see you, you see me, and then they know you see them.
Right.
So if you don't want to deal with them, don't come in contact with them. Just like,
Okay.
get yourself a nice stone, protect yourself, and say, this is not something I want to see right now. I'm done with this.
Okay.
But you have to make that conscious decision. Someone can't do that for you.
Right.
Okay?
Okay. Thank you.
Cool. Kathy?
Yes. I had a question, well, kind of a comment, but I know after Nietzsche, after working through that, I've had a feeling like Hecate is calling me to her, and I'm trying to learn more about her right now and stuff.
Well, the first thing you need to know is she doesn't want you unless you have something to give her. I'm dead serious. I'm not making a joke with you. She doesn't want you unless you have something you're willing to give her. She needs you to be of service. So most people have a meeting with Hecate when they're at a moment where they are weak. And they do have a gift to give her. They may not know their gift, but she does. She has a torchlight. So she will shine on you, show you the things about you that are your assets, and she will encourage you and push you to share them. She is not going to come to you to just support you and hold your hand. She is very much a give and take goddess. So if you feel she's coming to you and you want to work with her, you better learn about her.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do now, because I felt her calling me, but I like you said, I want to know more before I do anything,
I feel the ice cream section calling me in the supermarket too, but I don't know. Nobody's trying to remember that.
Right.
So learn as much as you can about
Right.
her before you open the door to her. I will
Okay.
tell you, she's big on her dogs. She's big on her truth, and she's big on her confidence. And she's not going to allow you to lie to yourself or others. She's going to require you to be truthful and honest about yourself, and it's going to hurt like hell. So I don't know how long you've been practicing. I haven't had the beautiful opportunity to talk with you about your craft in a long discussion, but I am going to tell you, if you're less than 3 years into it, this is going to fucking hurt. And you may have I'm going back to church, I'm done with this shit moment.
No.
Okay.
No, I can't go back. I'm
going to tell you right now, during my Volva expedition, the words came out of me. I'm going back to church. I fucking hate this.
Oh, wow.
So if you don't think you're going to have those moments, it happens to the best of us that have been in a long time. It fucking hurts when we have to deal with ourselves. The best deity work is when they just hold a mirror up. What are you doing here? Why are you doing this? Please seek out why you're doing this shit. And when you stop doing this shit, I can help you. So if Hecate is calling to you, it's going to be a long winter, my girlfriend. Long, long winter. You better get yourself some warm, toasty shoes and a whole box of pens. So I would definitely learn as much as you can about her. There's a lot of information already in the LHC on Facebook and a lot of the stuff with Hecate, but there will be more coming. So if you have questions, just reach out. Okay? Mel, I saw you had your hand up and you put it down. Do you have a question?
Yeah. Have you ever worked with Nyx?
I have worked with Nyx in a momentary progression when a peacock came to my fire on Samhain night and scared the shit out of me, and I pissed myself. My neighbor's peacock got loose and scared me during my Samhain ritual. Saint Nyx, and she's really about calling to the darkness, which means the silence and the stillness. It's a great goddess to reset with. So if you've been doing a lot of work, she's a great place to put a beautiful peacock altar up. She loves it. Her dress is made of the stars. She is the only goddess that scares Zeus. He will not deal with her. She is a titaness. He will not fuck with her. She is the epitome of grace and loss. So if you feel like you've lost a lot and things have changed in your life so drastically, she would definitely be somewhere you're going. I love Nyx. She's all about power internally, silent power. No one, most people who work with Nyx don't even talk about it. It's very private. She's a very private, almost a dirty secret for witches that work with her. Because the power and the quiet and the stillness is ridiculously strong.
Yeah. I think I've had her call me several different times, even without realizing it was her. But
Yes.
I was introduced to her, I don't know, in like 2006. But it's crazy that you say the peacock, because I've lived here now for 2 years and there's a peacock catty corner in my house. And just recently I've heard it all day, all morning, all night. And then she stopped, and then everybody else decided that they heard the peacock. I don't know, but I've been intrigued by her for quite some time, and she's just been coming up a lot lately for me.
It's very hard to find information on her. So
Yes, it
if
is.
you're diving deep on her, let me know and I'll see what I can do for you. It's one of
Okay.
those things where I move into this space with her and it's really a grieving space.
Yeah.
It's a quiet grieving space where I let it all go and create the void for new to come in. So if you're looking to try something really amazing for yourself that's new and exciting, a season spent with her, a moon cycle would be wonderful. And I'll tell you what, really, after full moon to dark moon and new moon would be a sufficient time because it's a waning and it's a removing. That whole moon cycle would be useful for you to work with next.
Okay.
Okay, guys, we got all the questions. Okay. Now, here's my thought process. You look over all these gods and goddesses and you write the ones that you have an extreme interest in. Okay, deity connection time. Let's do a deity drill. Okay, choose the top 3 that call to you, put their names at the top of a piece of journal paper, and write their attributes at the top. Below it, write the attributes you would like to gain from them, the character that you would like to develop from them, the obstacles you would like to help them to help you conquer, and finally, why you feel you're worthy of a relationship with them. After all, they are a deity. You're just a mere mortal. Correct? Why are you valid to pull their energy? I do not want to see, I think, I may, I can, I am. These are statements of worth. These are statements of valor. These are statements of intention. These are living, breathing goddess declarations. Do not
repeat that?
Oh, Jen, I'm gonna smack the shit out of you. So rewatch the replay, Jen. So when you go into this, I want you to have this amazing confidence of your invocation. Because those are the things you want to use in your invocation. Everybody says to me, what's a good invocation? What's a good invocation? What's a good invocation? An invocation is a clear declaration of a contract that you would like with this deity. A living, breathing contract. This is a great thing for some of you ladies who are single that don't know how to tell a man what you want in your relationship. Start writing invocations to gods. And when you can get a god to listen to you, maybe you're ready for a fucking life partner. Because you do not value you. First problem in deity connection. You do not feel you're worthy. Fuck that shit. Put it in the chuck it bucket. Move on. You are worthy. If you are stepping to this hill, then you step up their tits first head high, beautiful goddess you are, and state why this is important, why you need this, and why they will be a good match for you. I will never forget when I walked into Food Network the first time and they said, why should we hire you? And I said, because I'm the fucking only one that can bring you all this. And I just stood there. And the guy goes, I don't know what to say to that. And I go, you know you want me. He goes, you're hired. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. Do you want to know the truth? I had a maxi pad on and I pissed myself in those 3 minutes. There's the truth. You know why? Because I was so scared. But I figured the only way I was going to put my foot down was to go in and do it. This is how you need to go into deities. What is courage? Why it's being scared as hell and continuing anyway. Some of you are too scared to even ask deities to help you. You are too scared to step up and say your worth. You are not going to have a deity relationship till you know your own worth. I'm sorry, that's life. You can sit here and say, I'm good, I got this, I know what I'm doing. I've been working with people for years. I'm well aware of my abilities. That's great. When was the last time you tooted your own horn and actually weren't full of shit? Some people walk around in circles tooting their own horn about how great they are. And when that circle closes, they're scared to death of themselves. Their confidence is gone. It's a facade. It's a mask. What mask do you wear? I love that question. I'm in a group with MJ and it was the question the other day and it was, what mask do you wear? I wear a mask of pleasing everyone but myself. I wear a mask of not feeling I am worthy of what is given to me. I wear a mask of lies to comfort other fucking people. That is not a life. No one should fucking live that way. And if that's what we're doing, we're going to have a mask party. You're going to draw your little mask on a fucking piece of paper and you're going to burn it on full moon. Because that's what you fucking need to do. You want a fucking art project? All you ladies that aren't artsy fartsy, get yourself a little round paper plate and start coloring it. Put your little face on it and write around it what you no longer want to do to make other people happy. You need a deity for that? You need me to give you a deity for that? How about Loki? That motherfucker is the man of 1,000 faces. He told Angerboda what she wanted to know so he could get her pants. Then he told Sinjin what she wanted to know so he could get her pants. Then he went down in the underworld, put a dress on, fucked a couple people so he could get in their pants. You realize the relationships you're having are no more than promiscuous sex. I'm going to go to this educator's class and have a little bit of her. Then I'm going to go to this educator's class and have a little bit of her. Stop having fucking one night stands and have a meaningful fucking relationship with your magic, you whores. Did you not want to hear that? Sorry. Too many people are whores in the magical world and they put no emphasis on their own magical worth. You have a magical worth. Your first and foremost responsibility is the magic you have with yourself. Get a fucking deity that loves you for who you are. Get a fucking deity who sees you for who you are. And get a deity that's going to grab you by your cheeks and go, honey, you're beautiful. And I just want to see you grow. That's what you need. That's some fucking chaos. That's some fucking truth. I have been a organization here at the Lunar Hearth Cauldron for 3 years. A organization. How much free shit have you got out of me? I've been laying on my back every Sunday night for 2.5 years, letting everybody fuck me over to take what they want, right? That's what you do. When you build a business, you give it away for free so you can get people in and you can do it. That's what they tell you in marketing. No, 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 no. Do not be an organization. Do not do magic to please other people. Do not make your magic to please other people and make them comfortable. Do what you want to do. I don't care if you want to be naked, put chocolate pudding on your face and scream in the middle of your yard. Whatever makes you happy, bitch, I am there for you. I am there for you. And I'll be like, cream for your titties. Let's go, girl. That's the shit you want in your magical communities. Deity connection has a lot to do with your worth. When you have worth, you will connect. Do you understand? That is the secret. So we can go over every pantheon. There's like 30 gods and goddesses here. We will get you these, okay? We'll put them in the forums, in the sharing area of the forum. If you're not in the forum, you should really go there because Sissy shares really cool shit there. Just saying. So the forum, we will put that in there for you. You can go all over these deities and go in and look at them. Each of the 3 you choose, I want you to have a get to know you period till full moon. Full moon, right in invocation. I am giving away my promiscuity. I will no longer be a whore for any deity that calls my name. And I want to have a one-on-one relationship with you till next full moon. Show me how you and I can have the relationship I desire. Hold me, give me the intimacy I seek. Let me support you, you support me, and let's move into this connection. I want to feel real connection. I want to feel real magic. Once you feel real magic, you are never going to be the same. Some of you sit here and you go, oh, I felt real magic. Have you? When's the last time you felt some real magic? When's the last time you could feel it in your fingertips and the spasms and the pins and needles, and you have to pee because you're so excited and you don't know what's going on and you're so thirsty and you're so hungry when you're done from a ritual that you feel like you've been to war? That's magic. And if you're not getting that, we need to get you there. We need some jumper cables on those titties, ladies, and bolst you up. Okay? It's time. You need to stop. Stop pulling back when you're there. It's a lot like an orgasm. Okay? So women traumatize themselves to stop before they orgasm because they deny themselves the pleasure on purpose. For some mental reason, you feel you're not worthy. Women who have low self-worth have problem with orgasm. Okay? I know because I went to a therapist for this for quite a few years. Okay? Couldn't figure out why I couldn't get there. Okay? Why don't you reach that ultimate connection? Because you don't feel you're worthy of that ultimate connection. Because we sat in pews for so long being told, you're a sinner and you have grace. You're a sinner and you have grace. You're lucky to be here. And you're lucky they let you here. And you're not fucking lucky. You're entitled to be here. MVP this month, we're covering the 7 characteristics and goddesses of the divine feminine. Okay? Another church, another pew, right? That's another church, another pew here in the Lunar Hearth Cauldron. But I want you to understand this self-worth is so important. If you don't have this self-worth and this alignment, you are not going to be able to achieve the magic you want. You can do everything, read all the books, have all the BOS pages, buy all the beautiful shit, and it'll still fall short. So you lay down, cry it out, know your worth, and move forward. These deity connections, they're not going to serve. Everybody who just came in here is like, fuck this bitch. I cannot even believe this. This is what it is. Magic is not a wham, bam, thank you, ma'am situation. You need to stop being Mustang Sally and start being Commitment Connie. Commitment Connie has a relationship. Commitment Connie makes sure her needs are met. Commitment Connie knows what she wants, and she turns to magic as fuck Mabel. Do you understand? When you are committed to the process of owning you, knowing you, and supporting you, you will be more successful in your magic. You all are doing amazing things in your magic, one person at a time. Can you imagine if you all got your shit together and did it together? But there's so many faces and so many people looking at me going right now going, this bitch is crazy. This bitch is crazy. Yeah, I am. Most magical people are. We're not well. We see things that people don't see. We hear things that people don't hear. We believe garlic will keep us safe. Yeah, we're probably a little special. I'd rather be on that bus. I don't know about you guys. So when you're looking through these lists, remember 3. I did go a little ham on the dark goddesses at the end of the PDF. I'm sure a lot of you saw. Gave you some more than an overview on some of these goddesses because these are the goddesses you come to me more often seeking. Sekhmet, Hecate. Kathy, you might want to look in there. There's a really good write-up on her. I put in Kali because I think Kali is beautiful and amazing. Hell. And later this week, Persephone is also in here. Later this week, I will be adding Erishkigal and 2 other death goddesses in there for you. So these are all amazing topics, amazing things that you need to work with. But first and foremost, you guys have to understand the deity connection can only be achieved when you are in alignment to receive it. So any questions after that portion? Everybody's looking at me going, this bitch is crazy. Okay. We done? Michelle?
Hey, so I have a question. So this thing that I keep hearing from people saying, well, and Hecate calls to me or Hela calls to me and she gives me a key or she gives me is bullshit. From everything you've just said is bullshit. They don't what makes us worthy of receiving for them at that level, correct? Is that what you're saying then?
If you're going to be receiving things from a deity, in my humble opinion, my crazy ass humble opinion, you have to have a relationship to have those things given to you.
Thank you. I've
never come across Hecate priestesses or Hecate witches that she just shows up and drops things in their lap. There's a courting process with a deity. And I think a lot of people want to see that. There's nothing like having a dream where that happens. That may be how Hecate starts the conversation. But I personally have never had that experience. And in the vast amount of Hecate witches I know, I've never heard of that. So maybe you just know Hecate witches. I don't, but it's an intense concept. Toya?
Okay, so I have been working with Bastet for a while, and Hera. Is there an issue with crossing the pantheons?
I don't have a problem with anybody crossing pantheons. I think 80% of witches now are eclectic and they use all different pantheons. And to be very honest with you, a lot of the pantheons have very similar goddesses. So I would not be surprised if you work with one goddess versus another goddess and they overlap. So that's very common.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Anybody else? Okay. So what I'm going to do in the next couple days, you will be seeing some things show up in the PDF vault on different goddesses. We're going to be clearing the vault and putting in some new things in there. So those things will be going in. I will be out of town from Wednesday to Monday. The ladies will be handling things. So if you have any questions or concerns, you will see there is a new service in the LHC shit store for Deity Connection. If you're looking to work on your Deity Connection and you want to hone it in, those are sessions I'm offering. Those will be booked after I return the following Monday. So that's a service you can get to go with this workshop. Anybody that signed up with this workshop, there is a coupon code in the bottom of the email for you to try Exile Goddess in case you weren't a member of the MVP Sisterhood. So you may want to check into that. I appreciate all your time. Jasmine, I see you have one more question.
I am muted. Okay. Weird question. Is it normal for more than one deity to come at you if you have one problem that tends to lean on another because they're interwoven and
Yes.
they kind of
That is normal.
cool. Thank you.
It's very normal. As I call it, there's always a leading lady and her supporting cast. It's a lot like Winnie and her two sisters, for lack of a better analogy. You have one who's like, this is the shit that needs to stop. And these are the two things that are going to help you make that stop. So that's very common. You will see something like that.
Thank you.
Just be careful when you're having menage a trois with goddesses. Some of them are very jealous of each other. Okay. Like I can tell you, Hecate does not like to share an altar with anyone. So you need to give that bitch her own place. I don't care if it's like over in the corner by herself. Just make sure you give her her own place. She has a whole lot of ego. Melissa?
Yeah, it's just kind of a quickie question. I had on my altar, it was a little wooden statue of a cat with a pentacle around its neck in honor of Bast and for protection and just to honor my cats as familiars. And with maintenance work that was going on here and whatnot, it fell and the leg broke off of it and I can't find it anywhere. And I don't know if I should still be keeping that statue or should I just get rid of it now or what I should be doing.
I would bury it.
Okay, yeah, because it felt disrespectful to just throw it out, but I didn't feel like I should be keeping it anymore either.
Yeah, I mean, I would bury it. When I have a damaged item, I always bury it.
Okay. All right, thank you.
I always give it the reverence it deserved and bury it.
Okay. All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Well, if there's no more questions, I will see some of you tomorrow night for a retreat meeting. I will see some of you on Tuesday night for an MVP. I'm very excited to that. The 7 ladies we're going to be discussing will be kind of like a continuation of this, but it'll be really intense character work that you want to be focusing on. As you can see, we're really like following a plan here. Like for the first time, it looks like I got my shit together. Don't get excited. It may not last. We're just going to go with that. Okay. But I really appreciate you guys coming out tonight for Deity Connection. This will go up on YouTube for a replay. It will be public because this was a free public class. And we'll get that out. And you guys will also get a link. And the PDFs that I showed you with all the deities will be published in the forum. Mel, one question?
What time is the thing tomorrow for the retreat? And are
You'll
you
have to
just
go
gonna
in the
email-
group. You'll have to go in the group and look. Everything's in there.
Oh, there's a group now? Okay, I didn't look.
There's a group on Facebook. There's been a group. Are you not in there?
No, I didn't know.
Okay.
I'm
I will reach
I'm sorry.
out.
I usually know too. I'm like all over.
That's okay. I'll
That's-
make sure you get the information.
Okay, cool.
Well, thank you
Thanks.
so much for coming, ladies. I hope some of you that are off tomorrow, you can take all this time and journal and do some work tomorrow if you're home. Do your witchy labor tomorrow. Have a wonderful holiday, and I will see you guys soon. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.